I'm Patrick Bailey with whiteboardcoder.com. Today is September 2nd, 2018, and now I'm on to phase 4 of rewiring my house of, I don't know how many phases it will end up being. But in this, what I'm going to cover in this video is I'm going to start hooking up my Ethernet cord to my patch panel, and I'll be using a punch down tool to use it. So to kind of go over that a little bit and also show what I'm doing as I do it. Okay, let me go over bit by bit from what I've done. So I've purchased this patch panel from Amazon, and I'll put a link in the show notes. A little mini patch panel. I got a big one in the basement that I'm routing to, but this one's kind of midway, and it's nice. It's got 12 little connections, and I've got 6 cords set up where I want to go connect them now to downstairs. And so, pretty nice little setup. I like it because you can take it apart and put it in. Also, beyond that, I bought these snips. So these Fluke Snips that are really, apparently, looking around, all the professionals who are using this, they like this. It cuts really easy, and so I decided to get one too. And I like the way it cuts. They're right. It does a good job. And then the last thing I bought was this impact punch down tool, which I actually went and got at Home Depot. And I got it there because, I mean, you can get other places, but there's a you can set the impact on it, how heavy you want the spring to bounce back, I guess. But anyway, so here's what I'm going to be doing. So on this guy, if you look at it, let me see if I can get a picture here on Amazon. If you zoom in on it, what happens is if you look at these color coding, once you strip the wire off one of these Ethernet cables, if you're unfamiliar with this, you'll see these color codings, these wrapped pairs. And there'll be a white, not a white, there'll be a blue and a blue-white stripe, a green-white stripe, etc. And if you look on here, they want to help you out. So here on the top, I'll try to zoom in here, there's an A, maybe I'll just show a picture here real quick. If I can get really close. I don't know if you'll see it on there. But there's an A and a B. In this case, the B is on the top row and the A is on the bottom row. There's 2 ways to connect this. There is the, say, T568B or 568A. You could do it either way to be consistent, but as long as you're consistent. But pretty much everyone does B. So unless you have some reason, just do B. And so you'll have to follow the color code here. So if I look here on the top, you'll see on the far right, there's a green. If you're doing the B, it's green, and then green, blue. Green, white, blue, etc. So I'll be connecting those up. And usually with Ethernet cords, you get these little punch down tools that are just little pieces of plastic. Because if you look in here, I don't know if you'll show very well in this video if I try to zoom in. Probably not. But you can push the wire down in there, and what it will do is it'll kind of cut the wire a little bit, expose it, and connect to it all in one go, and life is good. The only problem, though, is if you use those little plastic tools to push down, you're going to have the wire hanging off the end. And so that's why it's really convenient if you're doing a lot of this to get a tool like this, because get a punch-down tool. Because if you look here, no, they don't show it there very well. So I'll try to show in the video. It actually has, on one side, a cutter. So you have to aim it correctly because otherwise you don't want to cut on the inside. So you want to put it on there and you push it down in one go. And it's spring-loaded, so it kind of springs. And then once it hits the end, it cuts it off. So it's nice. You can do it all in one go. You push it down the proper way, and you also cut off the ends. You don't have to have any little fraying or worrying or it accidentally connecting to something else. So it's a good idea to get one of these tools if you're doing much of any work like this. It's just convenient. It's only $20. So anyway, so with that, I'm going to show you a little demo here on how to do it, and then I'm actually going to go do it with my 6 cables. Okay, so I put one in here before the other day, so I'll kind of show really quickly. Now, different patch panels are different. This one, some are all on one side and some are on 2 sides. And so here you can see these numberings. It might be hard to see that one. There's number 1, and you can see there is the A and the B, and I am following the B. And in this case, the A is on the inside and the B is on the outside. Whatever you choose, you should choose B, but be consistent. And in this case, you see they're split into 4. So 4 on that side, 4 on this side. So I'm going to do the same thing over here just to show you what to do. So I got these snips, and these cut really nice. I like them, especially for how much I cut. And the other day, I didn't talk about this. The other day I bought this because I was doing some coaxial cable work, and it does really nicely. But also, it's got a cutter for Ethernet here on the top. And so you spring load it. You push this in here, And I just used this just a minute ago. I never used it before. It's really cool. And then you just spin it around. And it's just cutting through that. It's got a razor in there. It's cutting through that first layer. And then, boom, just pulls it out. So that is just nice. And I've done that in the past with scissors before. And then I got this little extra little doodad. I'll just cut that off. And it doesn't matter how long these are, so you can keep them long. That's fine. Because when we put them in there, we'll put them short. So I'll start here. I'll just start here. I'll just do number 12. And so here we'll see I got the A and the B. So the top there is a blue-white. And so what I can do is I can unravel the blue and the blue-white are raveled together. So just unravel them all. Make them easier to work with. Okay. Now, one thing you don't want to do is have really long pieces and just do like this. Because the raveling is actually done there for a reason. It actually helps eliminate, signal crosstalk and different things. So we want to keep this single piece as short as we can. So try to keep that probably in the middle of where you're going to put all those four. Okay, so there, let's see, the first one number there is a blue-white. So here's the blue-white. So I'll take this and put it roughly about there. And then I've got this punch-down tool. So you can have those plastic ones that will push down, and it will make a connection just fine, but here this has got a cutting blade on the side. So if I do this, it's kind of spring-loaded, so it'll push down, and then you'll hear a pop. There you go. And it cut that side off. So it's really, really convenient. And then the next one right there is the blue. And just keep going down there. And then we have green-white. If I can clean you up. And then green. And then over here on the other side, in this case we're always doing the outside the way this is set up, the way it's listed, and so we're doing orange white right there. And then orange. And then brown white. And then brown. It's kind of that easy. So next step, I'm just going to go do what I've created downstairs. I've got 6. I'm going to put all 6 on one side. I'm going to take these off. Oh, and you can, if you mess up, they're not there forever. I can just pull these out and redo it. Not a problem. So I'm going to pull these out, do the 6 that I have downstairs, and then start getting that all connected up. Okay, phase 4 is complete. So I routed this guy all the way down. Of course, before I did that, I did hook it all into here. So it's all hooked in here on 7 through 12. That's all wired down to the basement, down to, I have another patch panel down there. And so it worked beautifully. And then I still got a few more phases to go. So in the meantime, I still have a DSL modem here. And so I'm actually linking. I removed the wiring that was here to the other panels on the first floor. And so now those are actually in the basement hooked up to these. And so I got these temporarily here. So these are going to move too, but we'll see what that is. But for right now, this is between the next phase will address some more issues. But it all went well. It's looking good. One thing I probably want to mention that I didn't mention before is you want some kind of, what do they call these things? I have to look these up. But these little kits you can get to kind of scan your wire. And this does a couple of things, which actually saved my butt, because I haven't used these much, so I kind of forget about them. But once I got these 6 all bundled and wired down to the basement, I was like, oh crud, which one goes to which? And I went, oh duh, I got my tool. So in that case, what I had to do is on here, and I'll show you on this one, different ones are different. You got some kind of scan feature. So what you can do is you can plug this into one of these, and then that will actually send a signal down the wire. And on this, you can turn this guy on, and it's got, this one happens to have a scan function. So if I push that, and as I get near it, and so there is some crosstalk between these. So when you get downstairs, they all make a noise, but the one that it actually is connected to goes to the roof. You can hear it 10 times louder, and so you can figure out which one it is. And that worked really great. And then once they're connected, you want to make sure you did a good job wiring. And so this actually has a network feature. And so you can plug, to simulate that, I'll plug these together. You can see I can go downstairs, plug this into here, and then plug this one into downstairs. And if I go network, it'll start, you can see, test 1. It'll go down the line and test every line. And you want to make sure those are consistent and they're not crossed over, you didn't accidentally put something in the wrong spot. And so I went back and forth, confirmed they were all right. So that was a big deal too. So this is a big help, and you need it big time to do a good job if you're doing more than one wire, right? Otherwise it becomes rather confusing. But phase 4 is done. I'm very happy. I got some more phase to go, but I got some damage done. So pretty happy. Thanks for watching. I hope you liked the video. If you did, please give it a like. To subscribe, just click the subscribe button. Also, you can follow me on Twitter under the handle @whiteboardcoder.com. View any code I may have thrown up as a gist at GitHub under the username PatmanDenver, or check out my blog site at whiteboardcoder.com.